Alright, let's take a look at the latest prices for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin or BTC is currently at $107,628. That's down $2,451, which is about a 2.23% drop today. And for Ethereum or ETH, the price is $2,766.68, down $72.05, a decrease of about 2.54% today. So, what's been driving the crypto market lately? Well, there was a bit of a slump after the CPI fakeout. Global crypto actually rallied when May's consumer price index came in cooler than expected, 2.4% versus the 2.5% forecast. But then, things reversed sharply. Futures liquidations topped $683 million, mostly from long positions, which triggered algorithmic sell-offs and pushed the total market cap below $3.35 trillion. On the macro and geopolitical front, the ongoing US-China trade stall has sparked some risk-off sentiment across, all risk assets, including crypto. Despite the volatility, though, institutional and corporate players are starting to step in. Supportive inflation outlook, US pro-crypto policy, stablecoin scaling, and ETF adoption are all coming together to boost long-term sentiment. Right now, Bitcoin is hovering around $107,600, which is down about 2.3% today. It's been trading in a range between $110,000 and $106,700. For 5 consecutive weeks, Bitcoin has held above that key $100,000 mark, and just recently, the intraday peak touched around $110,000. The all-time high is about $111.9 thousand, set back on May 22, 2025, so these recent moves are really just modest pullbacks from that range. Ethereum is sitting at roughly $2,766, down about 2.5% intraday. It did peak near $2,871, but has pulled back a bit after the CPI data came out. As for altcoins, there's been widespread weakness. Solana is down 3.4%, Avalanche dropped 4.9%, Cardano is off by 4.2%, Dogecoin is down about 4%, and Shiba Inu lost around 3.6%. Still, earlier in the week, a lot of altcoins actually rallied, some gaining up to 8 to 11% ahead of the inflation data, thanks to ETF flows and a bit of optimism in the air. The present market cap sits at about $3.5 trillion, which is down roughly 4% in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is around 61%, and stablecoin capitalization stands at about $254 billion, making up approximately 7.3% of the market. In May, we saw a 10.3% monthly gain, largely driven by the strength of Bitcoin and altcoins, as well as increased institutional interest in NFTs and ETFs. The supply of stablecoins has really ballooned to somewhere between $247 and $254 billion, which is about 10% of all US currency in circulation. This growth is making trading easier, but it's also drawing a lot of regulatory scrutiny. Stablecoins are really starting to enter mainstream finance, and projections show growth to nearly $2 trillion by 2028, which is spurring new legislative efforts like the Genius Act. Circle's IPO was a big win on the NYSE, with its share price tripling from about $31 to $103, and the company now valued at around $18 billion. This really highlights the recovery in capital markets and the increasing regulatory momentum. There's a policy pivot in the US, with the new Trump administration rolling out initiatives that shine a spotlight on crypto ETFs, a proposed US strategic Bitcoin reserve, and moves toward deregulation, including disbanding enforcement teams and pausing legal actions. All of this is boosting market confidence. Over in the UK, the FCA is considering letting retail investors access crypto ETNs, which could improve liquidity, though honestly, it's seen as a pretty incremental step in the global context. In the EU, the MiCA regulation has been fully effective since December 2024, providing legal certainty and helping institutional adoption across Europe. We're seeing a short-term correction, triggered by macro shocks like swings in CPI trade tensions and leverage liquidations. But looking mid to long term, there are still bullish drivers, things like institutional involvement, ETF flows, stablecoin expansion, and a more pro-crypto regulatory environment. The market is really at a crossroad right now, with the $3.35 to $3.5 trillion cap zone being pivotal. A bounce here could confirm recovery, but if we break lower, the correction could deepen. So, what should you watch this week? Keep an eye on US inflation data and Fed commentary developments in US-China trade negotiations and any new policy signals, like the Senate vote on the Genius Act or the FCA's ETN rules. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more timely crypto insights. Your support helps us bring you the latest market trends and analysis every week. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, and let us know in the comments what topics you want us to cover next. Thanks for watching.